It came in a plain white envelope. No stamp. No return address. Just slipped under the door while F and Zuri were brushing teeth, humming an alphabet song in the bathroom. By the time F noticed it, the hallway was empty. She picked it up slowly, heart already pounding. Inside was a single sheet of paper, handwritten in black ink. No threats, no demands, just one line. You can hide her face, but her eyes are mine. F locked every window that night, double-checked the back door, unplugged the Wi-Fi. Then she sat at the foot of Zuri's bed and stared at her daughter's face. Peaceful, soft, so unaware of the danger lurking in shadows. And it was true. Zuri had his eyes. The same sharp almond shape. The same intensity when she was angry. The same piercing stare when she asked questions. But F had hoped, prayed, that she'd grow out of it. The next day, F walked straight into Barrister Olamide's old contact in Calabar, a retired DSS agent who now did quiet investigations for people with more pain than money. She showed him the letter. He read it, then looked up at her. This wasn't meant to scare you. It was meant to remind you. Remind me of what? F whispered. That he's still watching. That he still believes. She belongs to him. Later that night, F found her old memory card. The one with the original footage, the recordings, the ruined press photos. She held it in her palm like a grenade. Because deep down, she knew something. Zane hadn't come for the child. Not yet. He was coming for her first. F had learned something dangerous over the years. You can't outrun a man who has nothing left to lose. But this time she wouldn't run. She returned to the old contact, the retired DSS agent Mr. Ogby, and handed him a photo of Zane from a year ago. Sharp beard. Designer coat. The look of a man who still believed he was untouchable. I want to know where he is, she said. Everywhere he's been. Everyone he talks to. I want to know what he breathes. Ogby narrowed his eyes. You sure you're ready to know? F met his gaze. He looked at my daughter. 2 weeks passed in silence. Then Ogby returned with a file. Slim. Clean. Dangerous. He's not based in Nigeria, he said. But he never really left. Zane had offshore companies in Dubai, a home in Ghana, and a shell firm running out of Lomé. But every 2 months, he flew into Abuja on a private jet under a fake alias. His passport changed. His face hadn't. And worse. He's been donating to charities in Calabar under your daughter's name. F's knees buckled. Why would he do that? Ogby tapped the file. Because he's building a paper trail. A way to prove he's been in her life. Even if it's fake. F clutched her head. Everything was unraveling. Zane was playing the long game. He didn't need to kidnap Zuri. He was going to win her legally. Slowly. Quietly. With a trail of concern, donations, and reform. And when he was ready, he would walk into a court, flash his clean image, and say, I just want to know my daughter. That night, F didn't sleep. She wrote a name on a piece of paper. A name she hadn't spoken since Lagos burned. Mara. Because if anyone knew the devil's next move, it was the woman who once danced with him. The call came during rush hour. F was in her studio, brushing eyeshadow onto a bride's eyelid, when her phone buzzed twice, the specific ringtone she'd assigned to Zuri's school. She froze. Something in her chest cracked. She didn't even say goodbye to the client. Just grabbed her phone and ran out. At the school, the receptionist's face was pale. We're so sorry, she said. We assumed you sent someone. Someone. F's voice sliced. To do what? The woman shifted. To pick Zuri. F's body went cold. She's missing. No, she's fine. The teacher noticed something was off. Zuri said she didn't know the man. So the handover didn't happen. F's knees nearly gave out. But how did he get on the list? How did he know the code? The woman slid a clipboard across the counter. Written neatly on the pickup sheet. Zainai Kenna Okwudili. Relationship, father. Code, Sunflower 56. The exact word Zuri and F used as a joke for their secret flower club. It wasn't written by Zuri. It wasn't written by her. Someone had hacked the school system. Later that night, F clutched Zuri close while she slept. But her brain was racing. Zayn had access to her child's school, her routines, her systems. He wasn't guessing. He was preparing. He wasn't trying to scare her anymore. He was trying to build custody. And when F went to the school's CCTV room the next morning, the guard looked embarrassed. "Madam. The footage from yesterday." He pointed to a screen. "File not found. Corrupted. Someone had wiped it clean." Zayn hadn't just come close to taking Zuri. He left no fingerprints, no evidence, no mercy. The call came from a number with no caller ID. F stared at it for a long time. Let it ring. Then she answered. "Hello." Was. Then a voice she hadn't heard in 5 years. Clear. Low. Elegant as ever. "It's Amara." F nearly dropped the phone. "What do you want?" "I'm not calling to fight," Amara said. "I'm calling to warn you." F's silence said everything. "I saw him," Amara continued. "Last week. He came to my boutique in Abuja. Alone. No bodyguards. No smile. And he asked about the child." F's hand tightened around the phone. "He asked if she was his." "No," Amara said softly. "He asked if I ever planned to take her too." Silence fell. Felt the room spin. "I thought you two hated each other." "Oh, we do," Amara said. "But Zayn doesn't need to love you to keep you. He just needs you to be useful." Blinked. "Then why warn me?" Another pause. And then the twist came. "Because I have a child too." F's breath caught. "What?" Amara's voice dropped. "Born 6 months after you disappeared. Boy. I left him with my mother when I vanished from the press. I never told Zayn." Sat down stunned. You never said anything." "I was trying to survive," Amara said. "Same as you." She inhaled deeply, then said the thing that made F's blood run cold. "Zayn doesn't want you. He doesn't even want the baby. He wants to rewrite his story, and the only way to do that is through our children." Before hanging up, Amara left F with one final warning. "He's not chasing you out of love or guilt. He's building a legacy. And he wants it clean, with or without you." The call ended. F stared at her reflection in the glass. And for the first time she wasn't just afraid. She was angry. Came on a Wednesday morning. Zuri was playing with her crayons. Her sister was folding laundry. And F was frying eggs when she heard the knock. Blight. Teddy. Official. She opened the door, and a man in a beige suit handed her a slim file. "Court summons. You've been served." Before she could speak, he walked away. Inside the envelope. Zayn Ikena Okudali vs. F. Ibanabo Akoli. Petition for joint custody, legal acknowledgement of paternity, visitation rights, and name registration. F dropped into the chair like her knees gave up on her. She scanned the documents. His lawyer was from a top firm in Abuja, and attached were glowing certificates. Donations under Zuri's name. Father's Support Fund for Single Mothers. Photos of him holding children at events. A fake psychological report declaring him emotionally rehabilitated and committed to healing. The petitioner has demonstrated good moral standing, financial capacity, and a desire to reconnect with his daughter. Her sister grabbed the papers. "This is a setup. A performance." Said nothing. Because deep down she knew. In a courtroom, appearances matter more than pain. And Zayn had been preparing for years. Silently. Legally. Thoroughly. She reached out to Barrister Olamide. "This is worse than we thought," Olamide said, flipping through the papers. "He's painting himself as the changed man. The victim. The father who was shut out." F's voice cracked. "Can he win? If it's just you versus him." Olamide looked up. "He can do more than win. He can take her from you." The court date was set. 2 months away. But F knew. She had 2 months to destroy the illusion he built. Or risk losing everything she fought to protect. The message came through Olamide's line. Encrypted. Delicate. Cold. His legal team wants to meet. Privately. F hesitated. Meet why? Olamide leaned forward. They say it's not about court strategy. It's a settlement offer. 2 days later, in a hidden restaurant on the island, F sat across from a woman in a navy suit and sharp red lipstick, Zane's personal legal advisor. She didn't blink much. She didn't smile once. My client is prepared to offer you 50 million Nigerian nairas. F's heart stopped. 50. Nigerian naira to 5 million now. 25 million Nigerian nairas after delivery. She slid a document across the table. It was a silence agreement. F would withdraw from court. She would not speak publicly about Zane again. She would relocate outside Nigeria. She would agree to limited supervised visitation rights. The child would bear Zane's surname. The world would never know what happened. F's hands clenched. And if I don't sign this? The woman didn't hesitate. He'll bury you in court. Legally. Financially. Publicly. And you'll lose your daughter anyway. But without the money. F stared at the paper. Her sister would be free of loans. Her child could have everything. And she'd never have to face him again. But then she thought of Zuri. The way she clutched her pencil when coloring. The way she whispered prayers for her superhero mummy. The way she asked questions that carried her father's sharpness. That night, F tucked the document in a drawer and burned the key. Because her daughter deserved a life, not a payout. And Zane. He deserved to rot in the ashes of his own image. The courthouse was cold. Not in temperature but in spirit. The kind of cold that made your bones ache and your memory second-guess itself. F sat alone on the wooden bench outside courtroom 3A. Zuri wasn't with her. She was safe for now. Inside, Zane sat tall, confident, untouchable. His suit perfect. His smile rehearsed. His lawyer sharp. She had Olamide. And her truth. But in that courtroom, truth wasn't loud enough. The hearing began. Zane's side called witnesses. A child therapist who never met Zuri. A staff member who said F had emotional outbursts. A doctor who claimed Zane had made efforts to be involved. F watched it happen like an out-of-body experience. Her trauma turned into tactics. Her silence twisted into instability. Her running painted as guilt. When it was her turn to speak, her voice cracked. But she spoke. She told the judge about the fear, the control, the threats. She handed over flash drives. Showed the documents. Her hands shook. Her eyes blurred. Zane just sat there, staring. During recess, Olamide pulled her aside. They've shaken the judge. Not entirely. But enough to make him consider shared custody. F's knees buckled. Then we've already lost. Olamide's eyes narrowed. Not yet. But if we do. You know what that means, right? F looked across the hallway. Through the small glass window in the courtroom door. Zane was still staring at her. Smiling. Back in session, the judge asked one final question. Miss Akoli, if the child is granted partial time with her father, will you comply? F didn't answer at first. Her mind was screaming. Zane was watching. Zuri's laugh echoed in her ears. Then she said, voice barely audible. Only over my dead body. Murmurs. The judge banged his gavel. Miss Akoli, I advise you to control your emotions or risk contempt of court. But F didn't flinch. She turned slowly. And looked Zane dead in the eyes. You may have fooled the world. But you will never touch her. Not while I breathe. The judge stood to adjourn. Final ruling will be given next week. Bangs gavel. Cut to black.